Yo, welcome back to the channel. Kamusta sa inyong lahat? Why do I have a creeping suspicion that Cartethyia isn't just about to power creep Wuthering Waves? She's preparing to suplex the entire meta into the moon and back. From the early drip clip to the deluge of leaks, everything screams design in a lab to break spreadsheets. And look, I'm not here with flowcharts and frame data, but let's not forget the last time Kuru Games leaked themselves in 2.0, right before Carlotta dropped, and we all saw how that turned out. Carlotta didn't just enter the scene, she uppercutted the DPS rankings into orbit. Insane AoE, god tier multipliers, fluid gameplay smoother than a dolphin in silk pajamas. It was a full-blown moment. Cartethyia looks ready to do that, and then some. Cartia doesn't feel like she's walking into the arena to outshine anyone. She feels like she's rewriting the tournament rules mid-match and daring the game to keep up. And honestly, that kind of raw, untamed energy might be exactly what Wuthering Waves needs right now. The drip clip gave us a sip of what she could be. Mysterious, elegant, barely contained. But then the leaks dropped like a thunderclap, and suddenly, that sleek 30-second teaser from Kuro looked almost tame. Because what the leaks revealed wasn't just hype, it was an unapologetic display of chaotic power. A character sculpted with zero restraint. So why on earth would Kuro try to contain this madness? Let her cook, Kuro. Let her cook. Zoom out for a second. The game is in a solid place. Great roster, polished combat, and 5-star DPS units that feel satisfying to play. But satisfying isn't the same as electrifying. There's a kind of safety net draped over the whole experience. Everyone's viable, everyone's balanced, and somehow that makes it all feel tepid. What Cartethyia promises is not balance. It should be transcendence. She hints at the possibility of being so outrageously busted that you remember what it feels like to laugh in disbelief at your own damage numbers again. She's a goddamn Sentinel's Resonator, sure. Her animation leaked early like Kuro Games accidentally slipped the Forbidden Scroll into the public patch folder. And her lore? So dense with grandeur and veiled implications. She might as well be Renascita's unofficial final boss. But here's the real question we should be asking. Should she be shackled by balance at all? I think Cartethyia should be utterly unhinged. Wuthering Waves desperately needs a unit that doesn't just push the envelope. It rips it open and sets it on fire. We need that forbidden feeling character. The one that makes you double check the patch notes and ask, wait, is this even legal? A character so cracked, she gives whales buyer's remorse and sends free-to-plays is spiraling into a quantum state of copium and hopium and copium and hopium again and again and again. We need a Cartethyia who reminds us with every absurd animation canceling, screen shattering ability why these banners have expiration dates. Remember when Jinshi dropped and everyone just collectively recalibrated their lives around her? The theory crafters, the lore nerds, even the casuals with zero pulls and a dream. Jinshi was the sun for a while, but now she's more like the moon. Ever present, serene, balanced, respectable. Cartethyia though? Cartethyia radiates red alert energy. She's not here to be balanced. She's here to detonate the economy and smile while doing it. Right now, Wuthering Waves is in a holding pattern where the power ceiling has become a politely curated garden. Safe, measured, boring. Players aren't just analyzing kits anymore. They're building spreadsheets so precise they make Maggie look like she's doing taxes for fun. And sure, that's impressive, but it's also exhausting. The game needs a shakeup, and Cartethyia could be the curveball. She could be the flaming fastball thrown through a concrete wall. She doesn't need to fit in. She needs to rise above the spreadsheets and remind everyone why chaos is fun. So, let her be the balanced mess we all secretly crave. Of course, there are reasonable concerns: bloated scaling, clunky animations, outdated launch units crying in the TOA corner. But Gian is still clearing floors in both the TOA and WiWa with his eyes closed. Even when the big bad Sentinel Resonator lands, he won't suddenly vanish into irrelevance. And Sheshi, she will survive even if it means pivoting into her fifth support role. What about Jinshi? She is still the queen of backloaded nuke. Wuthering Waves is robust enough now that no single character can ruin it. And that's the real win condition. Not whether Cartethyia is OP, but whether she reinvigorates desire. Do players want to log in just to feel her playstyle? Does her kit scream thematic identity so loud it breaks through the cold optimization charts? Does she make you ask, what if I built my whole team around her, even if it's suboptimal? Cartethyia might just be the first character in ages that players choose to main simply because she's a joy to play, not because a spreadsheet told them to. And if that pure chaotic joy just so happens to leave a smoldering crater where the DPS rankings used to be, perfect. Let it burn. After all, isn't that the true spirit of gacha? Watching the meta implode every few months while we cackle in delight? Let's finally call St. Thomas's No Power Creep Manifesto for what it really is: a bedtime theory story for the feels-like gamer. Because if Cartethyia drops and doesn't send at least half the tier list is spiraling into an existential crisis, then seriously, why are we even pretending this is a gacha game? The meta should flinch. The spreadsheets should cry. Let chaos reign. It's time to vindicate Meigi. Yes, Meigi, for trying to warn us through increasingly desperate Excel spreadsheets and clickbait titles that this is coming. Let's give her the win she deserves over St. Thomas and show that power creep isn't just real, it's inevitable, and frankly, we welcome it and even embrace it. And let's not forget the overworld experience. If I can't sprint around as Carthethia's divine resonance form for at least 60% of my exploration time, then I will riot. Give me the nuclear option on demand. I want to see pigeons flee. I want crates to vaporize. I want overworld mobs to reconsider their career paths. Cartethyia could mark a turning point for Wuthering Waves. She could be the character people refer back to with a nostalgic tremor in their voice. She could be the one who redefined the ceiling and even the floor. So yeah, let her cook. Let her break the game. Let her turn power creep into power pride. Let her be the storm Renascita deserves. So, what do you guys think? Should Cartethyia be balanced? Or should she break the power creep wall, completely reset the meta, and make fun of your favorite loud box content creators? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this chaos, hit that like button harder than Cartethyia hits TOA bosses, and subscribe for more wildly speculative Wuthering Waves content. Thank you so much for watching. Maraming salamat po, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.